Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and welcome to the crappiest video I have ever recorded. And I mean that in the literal sense, because I'm doing something I never thought I would ever do here on my channel. I'm about to rank the toilets of The Sims 4. Yes, you heard me correctly. I am dressed like a low-budget plumber because we're gonna be taking a look at our Sims plumbing and seeing how everything flows with a tier ranking by the one and only lilsimsie, aka Kayla. What an absolute legend icon. Useful icon is what I like to call Kayla. Apparently we have 45 toilets within the game. And I have to say, I'm a poopy girl, so I very much appreciate it. You know, I drink a lot of coffee. To be fair, I feel like this is a thing that people are gonna have opinions on without realizing that any of us had opinions on them. So for our tiers, we have iconic, we have useful, odd, useless, and then my own addition, which is, of course, tragic clown. Basically, the most tragic of states of toilets within the game. I think we're gonna start category by category. I actually find these university stalls super helpful, especially for public toilets. Before Discover University, we had to build our own separate cubicles, which, you know, as an English person who do cubicles correctly. Yes, Americans, I am calling you out. What in the goddamn world are your public bathrooms? They're vile. Every single time I go to America and I make eye contact with someone in the mirror who's washing their hands whilst I'm taking a piss, a little bit of my soul dies, and therefore this is an American representation. It's going straight in to tragic clown. I prefer my privacy. This bad boy, taller walls, definitely no gaps, at least from what I remember, and therefore this one is going into useful. I don't think they're iconic, but I do think they're very, very handy when it comes to the lovemaking bushes. Your Sims can piss in a bush, and we have a jungle adventure one, we have a get-together one, we have two get-together ones. I actually can't tell from these. I think this one is the love heart one. You know what? These are all going into useful. You know what? Maybe this one. I do like the love heart one. The fact that we have a bush that your Sims can not only piss in, but also woohoo in and sleep in, which feels like the most unhygienic, unsanitary thing ever. I do think they're very, very useful items, especially if you're a player like me, who actually really enjoys doing like rags to riches. Next up, we have these little bad boys, which are kind of like your pea shacks, I guess you could say. They are very useful. So I will probably put one in useful. You know what? I'm putting this one in useful because I love the design on this one. It looks like I don't know if I should be making this comparison when I'm talking about toilets, but it looks like a little Wendy house. I always dreamed as a kid to have like my own little Wendy house in the bottom of the garden. Never did it. Had a plastic one, the little Tykes one with like the green roof. Oh my god, if that were here, it would be an iconic. However, I've never actually pulled my pants down and gone for a toilet. I've never marked my territory in my Fisher-Price house, okay? Let's just get that out of the way, first of all. I also think the island living one specifically is extremely, extremely useful because there's not that many lots within Sulani that are like public lots. I know you have the big wide ocean, and I'm fairly sure your Sims can pee in the sea. How many times am I gonna say pee or piss in this video? I don't specifically like how these are still gendered. A lot of the toilets within the game are gender neutral now. You know what? I kind of don't mind the cats and dogs one. This one is actually quite pretty. The Snowy Escape one, I look quite pretty. This Jungle Adventure one, I don't think, oh wait, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen this. It's at the beginning of the trail, which is actually super useful for when you like need to shower or anything like that in the jungle, which happens quite frequently. This one is the worst looking one. I just do not even want to perceive it. It hurts my eyeballs. This is the most basic of toddler potties. I'm gonna put it in useful. It's cheap, it's cheerful, you know, you don't want to be splashing out a load of cash on something that your kids are one gonna grow out of, you know, excuse the pun, ish your bog standard potty for a toddler. I will say I never ever used this monster one. I think it's a really cute design. I think the failings of this monster potty is the fact fact that we don't have matching furniture to go with it. And I'm actually gonna put this one in useful too. I know it feels like your child is sitting on a throne when you use this one. I'm fairly sure it's the most expensive out of the toddler potties, but there's just something about it. Moving on from toddler poop onto animal poop. We have all of the ones that came with like cats and dogs and the pack that shall not be named. This one is useful. However, I don't like the idea of like poop always being on display. So therefore it's going into useless for me. This one is honestly too oversized for me. I never use it and therefore it's also useless. This one, I literally did not even know it existed. So therefore it is absolutely useless. This one I think is the one that scans it, which is actually quite useful because it means you don't have to clean it as often. However, this one is iconic. The fact that lasers shoot out of the cat's eyes and just zap your animal's poop away. And finally, the human toilets. The thrones that our Sims sit their ass cheeks on every single day and crack a book or drink some water or just talk to, you know, for some human interaction. That's like being on the circle, innit? Honestly, this one I literally never use, so it's going in useless. It's quite modern, however, I don't really like the shape of it. It kind of reminds me of a big toe and therefore it makes me uncomfortable. I really, really like the Realm of Magic one. I love the Realm of Magic like bathroom set. I think it's delicious. The Tiny Living one, I feel like this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but she's going in iconic. I use her all of the time. I don't know what it is about her. I just think she looks really, really sleek and modern. She's like a tiny little footprint as well. Ooh, she just scratches my brain in the right way. And I never ever thought I would say that about a toilet. This is like your bare basics of a toilet, innit? Like you could walk into any home in the UK and see a toilet like this with a wooden toilet seat. Therefore, it's going into useful. We have the prison toilet. Honestly, when are you ever going to use this? Unless we're talking about a challenge where you just keep all of your Sims locked up in a basement and have them paint paintings for you, and therefore I feel like it's very, very useful. This one, I have to say, is just a bare basic toilet, but there's just something about it that just doesn't sit right with me. I have actually decided to retract my statement about this toilet in editing. I would move her up into useful. I actually prefer her over a wooden seat. I remember going on a caravan holiday when I was like 3 years old and we had a wooden toilet seat and it had a chip in it and it pinched my bum cheek, and I'm fairly sure I probably still have a scar from it. I don't know. I've not asked anyone to look at my bum cheeks that closely to see if they could still spot it, but I'm sorry to her. She is actually the most basic toilet that we have in the game and she deserved better from me. I will post a formal apology video with tears tomorrow to this toilet. The Snowy Escape one, again, I think she is super cute. I never thought I would call like toilets cute, but I do think she's quite adorable. The floating toilet from Spa Day, honestly, I do like her. I like that she's different, but I never ever use it. The vampires one, I'm sorry, can we get more Victorian toilets in this game? The fact that this is, I can't even remember what these are called. They remind me of primary school, you know, with like the floating water tank. I genuinely do think it's just all the memories from like holding my poop in all day in primary school, because I was like, that doesn't look strong enough to flush my poop away and I don't want to be embarrassed in school. She's so different. She's antique. I absolutely love the vampires toilets. This one, again, I feel is going to be an unpopular opinion. I actually think this base game one is probably one of my favorite toilets in the whole game. I'm now starting to realize I think I like a square toilet, which I know most people are like, oh no, like my bum's not square. Why would I appreciate a square toilet? I think just the way that they look. Again, it's one of the only floating toilets that we have. This talking toilet, I absolutely do not like it. I think it's very, very odd. I don't like the talking toilets like in general, but this is specifically the worst talking toilet. toilet that we have in the game. This one from Cats and Dogs I've honestly never looked at before, but I think that that is such an odd toilet. Why is it shaped like that? This one makes me uncomfortable. It doesn't have a lid. Why would you make a toilet that doesn't have a lid? No thank you. Kind of bare basic. Feel like we have different ones that look better that are this shape. Snowy Escape, for example, and therefore no. I absolutely hate, this is like the concretey looking one from Seasons. I dislike it. This actually pains me to say because, as you know, I don't particularly like talking toilets. I think they override your Sims interactions far too much. They are pretty much what horses were to me in The Sims 3, like a flippin' socialization farm. I think they are one of the worst badly designed things in the whole entire game, but it is quite useful for when your sim needs to get up their socialization skill, and therefore it's going in useful even though it pains me. This one, iconic. I don't want to hear it. It's a city living unlock. I can't even remember what it unlocks with. It might be the politician career. It might be the social media career. It might be the food critic career. It would make sense. You eat a bad meal, you end up on the toilet. This one only has like 3 swatches, I think, but there is an Illuminati swatch. It is the best goddamn thing I have ever seen. I use it so frequently and I feel like people don't know that it exists, and I am doing a PSA to the world. Use this toilet more frequently. The gaudy one from Get Famous. You know what? It's going in odd. I like the Get Famous bathroom set. I just feel like this is a little bit too much. Like, I love the design choice of it. I think it goes well in like gaudy households. I was about to say the living legend that is Judith Ward, but I don't use it enough to even put it in useful, so it's going in odd. I absolutely love the handiness skill. Hashtag justice for the handiness skill and the woodworking table. The woodworking table could be so much more, but the Sims team literally just forgot about her. She never got updates ever again, and she deserves better. These both come from the handiness skill. This is like kind of badly designed handiness, and then this is like when you're a level 10 handiness. I'm just putting them in useful. Honestly, I'm gonna put them in iconic because I want justice for that thing. You know what? This one I do use quite often. Yes, it's base game. Yes, it looks basic, but there's just some things that like base game does well, and I prefer that one to this one. This one's going in odd just because actually maybe even useless. Again, there's like different ones of this shape, aka tiny living, that just do it better. And then this one was the oddest choice. I really despise. You know what? I might even put that in Tragic Clown. I hate it. It's my least favorite item from the whole of Eco Lifestyle. Eco Lifestyle is one of my favorite expansion packs. That toilet was not giving anything. Also, I don't think they even had a shower in Eco Lifestyle, which I know there's consistently the debate whether showers are better or worse for the environment, because obviously showers are a lot quicker, but with baths you can like conserve more water, I feel like sometimes, if you don't like overfill it. But the fact that we didn't even get a shower, so we don't even have a full bathroom set, also drags this one down into Tragic Clown for me. So there we have it. Many opinions that I never even thought I had. I can honestly say I've never said the word piss and pee more in a video or even in my day-to-day life. So thank you so much for watching this video if you decided to tune in. As I said, I will link this down below. If you want to tier rank the toilets, definitely send them over to me on Twitter. I absolutely love seeing your tier rankings. If you want to turn Tragic Clown into just like packs I don't own, that seems to be a very handy thing to do in case you don't have all of these packs. This is also not me saying you should buy these packs specifically for these toilets. I don't think you should ever buy a pack specifically for one item, even though I definitely know that I would have done it in the past for The Sims 4. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Happy pooping, pals. Okay, I need to go. I need to go piss, girl.